Hi there, it's MrsF from Scottish Technology Teachers Association. We're going to be looking specifically today at practical woodworking, how to make sure a tool is safe before we use it, and to make adjustments to the tool. So I've got your instructions here, I'll put them on again at the end, but I just want to run you through the steps I want you to look at today. So to choose a complex tool, I've given you a wee list there of some items I think you might want to try, and you might think of something else. Just double check with your teacher, it's going to be complicated enough to do the rest of it. I want you to explain how to check that it's safe to use before you use it, and I want you to give me specifics to that tool. I want you to explain how you make adjustments to the tool. That's why I'm asking it to be a complex tool. So I've chosen a bevel edge chisel here as a wee example. It's really not complicated enough for what we're looking for, but it's perfect for letting me demonstrate to you what I'm looking for. So how do I make sure the bevel edge chisel is safe to use before I use it? Well, I'm going to be inspecting it. I'm going to make sure that handle's not loose. I'm going to make sure there's no cracks or splits in that handle. If it's made of plastic or wood, it doesn't matter, they can both split and crack. That could potentially be a danger if I was to hit it with a mallet. It would maybe entirely smash the handle potentially. I'm also going to check that sharp blade edge. I'm going to make sure that it's sharp. I'm going to make sure there's no obvious bits missing off of it or cuts or deep cuts into it. If it wasn't sharp enough, then something I would have to do therefore is go and sharpen it. Now we've got a stone here. Some people put oil on these, some people put water on them, some of them have got a diamond surface on them. So depending on that, they have slightly different names. It could be an oil stone, it could be just a wet stone they call it. This one, this particular image, has got a wee bottle of oil in it, so we're going to call that an oil stone. So I'm going to put some oil on my oil stone just to help lubricate it, and also helps clear off the tiny little fragments that are going to be filed away from the edge of my chisel. Some people will tell you to do this in a figure of 8 in terms of the motion that you're going across there. Some people will do it in straight lines. Some people will go down one side and back down the other, so they're kind of going in a big elongated O shape. Doesn't really matter what you're doing as long as you're equally doing it on all of the stone. If I was just to stroke it constantly right down the very middle, I would wear out the middle very quickly and the two edges would be left unused, and that would be a total waste. So no matter what you're doing, you're just making sure you're evenly using that oil stone. The wee contraption down here, some people have them, some people don't have them. My school particularly don't have them, but you can use these little gadgets here, and what you do is you put the chisel into it, the sharp edge of the chisel into it, and you can adjust the angle at which it's doing. Now I don't get my pupils to use that. I like them to get a feel for the angle that they're using, and I get them to practice that. But you can use these, they're obviously a lot more accurate than trying to do it by feel. And depending on the angle that you're requiring would be the different types of chisels that you're sharpening. It could be that you're sharpening a plain blade. It could be that you want to do something specific with it and you would change the angle of the blade. So going back to those instructions again for our reassignment, choosing a complex tool that's got enough in it for you to actually talk about. We don't want something too simple. We want to explain how to check that it's safe to use before you use it, using specific terminology, not just saying making sure it's sharp or making sure it's not broken. Explain how to make adjustments to it. How you present that information, it's up to you. Your teacher might say that they want it done in a specific format, or they might give you a form in which they want you to do it in, or they might leave it entirely up to you to decide. All right, have a nice day.